And for our last story, let's talk about food. It's one of our most essential needs. We work day and night to put food on the table. A lot of us do. We can't survive without it. And you know what's the biggest threat to our food security? Soil. You can't grow crops without fertile soil. Floods and droughts get worse if the soil is not healthy. But due to constant damage, it has continued to degrade. In some places more than others, like in the European Union, where 60% of the soil is unhealthy. So now they have proposed their first ever soil law. What is this law and how will it help? Our next report tells you.
The secret world beneath our feet is mind-blowing. It's an astonishingly diverse ecosystem, home to millions of species of animals, plants, and microorganisms. Roughly 90% of those species are yet to be named. We depend on this magical ecosystem for 99% of our food. Yet, we barely know it. Soil. It's the source of all life on land. But its future looks bleak. Since the Industrial Revolution, about 135 billion tons of soil has been lost from farmland. And within the next 60 years, the world's topsoil will be gone. We have pushed our soil to a worrying state, and over time, its health has grown poor. This is true across the world. But in Europe, the soil is in a terrible state. 60% of it is unhealthy. It takes thousands of years for soil to form, which means urgent protection is necessary. And now the European Union wants to do exactly that. In a first for the continent, the European Union has proposed a soil law, a law intended to undo damage done to the soil. It would require member states to continuously monitor the health of soil, fertilizer use, and erosion. But why was this law required? Because soil degradation poses a great threat to humanity, and the biggest risk is towards food security. Healthy soil is the basis for food production. We know this. And over decades, we have abused this fact. Intensive crop production has depleted soil. And think about it, the global population is projected to exceed 9 billion by 2050. There will be competition for land and water resources. So, let alone feeding the growing population, sustaining even current levels of production might be impossible. At best, food will be very costly. At worst, there will be no food. Both quantity and quality will be worse. And climate change won't help. Higher temperatures reduce the level of minerals, protein, and vitamins in crops. Already, zinc deficiency affects over 1 billion people across the world. We don't talk about it enough, but it's an existential threat. Especially because what we do with our soil contributes to climate change. Agriculture is one of the main reasons for global warming. It leads to 30% of the global carbon emissions. And you may have learnt this in school, but soil stores carbon. So marginal improvements to soil can help us. So the EU's proposed law has clear benefits, but it isn't perfect. Many say that the law may propose general goals, but it doesn't set country-level targets. Critics say the plan lacks ambition. And this may be true, but during these rocky times, maybe a weak soil law is better than no law.